Hey, what's up today, everybody? It's Robin here from AriesFireTarot. Time for your daily guidance, mini reading. Pull a couple cards for you and get some messages channeled through spirit for you. You probably noticed that I'm not one to be asking while I'm shuffling for spiritual advice, because I just believe that my guides are always beside me. I'm always listening to them. They're always talking to me. So I know that whatever messages I get through the cards are from them. It's divinely inspired. So if anybody is wondering about that, that's why. I know that I'm not really coming up with this stuff by myself. So I got a bunch of cards pop out. So I'm actually going to keep them. It's a lot of cards. But that's okay, because I'm in the mood for a reading. So we can do, this is crazy, we can do a daily mini reading off of this. Here, I'm going to put the deck down. Gilded Tarot deck, by the way. And then I'll just talk about the cards one by one. And then I'll get whatever sort of messages from the entire reading. Let me do a little adjustment here. Yes, I know they're upside down, but I'll talk about them. So the first card, and let me just move this because it's in the way. The first card that popped out was the Lovers. So this is a pretty extravagant card. There's just no two ways about the fact that there's two people that they have come together here, very overtly sexual, romantically intertwined, their embrace, and it's like heaven sent. Like there's, beams of light coming out of the sky at these two people, and they're connected by those lights. And they're in the water. The water is calm. It's just everything about this is about a heaven sent divine love. Could be what you would call a soulmate or a twin flame. Pretty cool card. So the next card after that is the Chariot. And to me, the way I read this card is, I can see this in the camera. So there's somebody sitting here and she's ready to go. She's ready to move on to the next phase of her life. Hi, Tweety. There's my dog. But the universe isn't quite moving right now. It's waiting. It's waiting for some sort of cue. So that's the Chariot card. Then there's the Death card. I've pulled this card in a mini reading before, and this doesn't mean that somebody's just going to keel over and end their life or whatever. It just means that something is coming to an end. Something is... It has to stop happening. It could be related to, and I'm pretty sure that this reading is about love, relationship, what's happening. So something has to end here for something new to come in. And it looks like you might be taking a break and just resting up. The Four of Swords is about somebody who they're a little bit battle weary, could be just exhausted from some sort of emotional baggage or whatever. Just maybe even recovering from the end of something. I'm getting a relationship vibe out of this reading, you guys. So if you're not interested in a relationship type reading, you might just want to click off. But I mean, I want you guys to stick around. It's just I'm getting a real, like, really strong love influence here. Something is happening. And I switched those cards around by mistake, so I'm just going to put them back. So somebody is taking a rest here, and I think it's related to the end of a relationship. And the card that I pulled right underneath the Death card is the Ten of Swords, which is also about sort of an emotional burden, and it's coming to an end. It's very, very similar to the Death card. So to me, they just kind of back each other up. Something is ending, or has ended, or is about to end, or you want it to end. There's something happening, recovering a little bit from it, and you're going to get up pretty soon with the Four of Swords and start fighting again. But for now, you've sort of racked your swords to the side. You're emotionally drained, and possibly physically drained. Too much thinking. Breakups are exhausting, so it is good to kind of sit back and just relax. So, and then in the middle of all this is the High Priestess. So I find this card is really, I'm not going to say funny, quite a coincidence, because if anybody's following me on Instagram, I pull these daily divine feminine oracle cards, and the one I pulled this morning for my Instagram followers is, I'm going to butcher this name, Enidwana, and she's the High Priestess. And the High Priestess says, I'm one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love. And then you can see this priestess, she is obviously divinely supported, and she's floating like in an ethereal way above the water. And she's just, I'm trying to think the word here. She is just not carefree, but she is so blessed. Like, she's too blessed to be stressed is what is happening here. And she's floating above any concerns, and she's just loving what the universe is doing for herself, and she's loving herself. So here's what I'm getting from these cards, and in no particular order. Something has to come to an end. Like, if you're hanging on to a relationship because you're just used to it, or if you're mourning a relationship from the past, which I think all of us tend to do, like breakups suck, and we can get really emotionally tied to the what if factor. I mean, if something was meant to be, it would happen. Sometimes it's better for you to just kind of move on. With the Death card. And then even though it's really tough, it's going to end. Like, this is what the cards are telling me here. This needs to end. And it's holding you in like an emotional, almost like a cage. Like, if this guy moves here, if he thinks one more horrifying thought, it's going to trigger all these swords down on him. And that's going to be the death of something. The death, the end of. So what you really need is to take a break from all of this, from this overwhelming thought. Stress can just like affect every aspect of your life, just make you a disaster, make you non-functional in your relationships, all of them, your family, your friends, make you like suck at your job. You've got to shake it off. Take a break, let it all go. I'm a huge believer in power affirmations, positive affirmations, subliminals, binaurals, meditation, yoga. This stuff can help you that rest period to get back up again. And once you do that, this chariot that's sitting in the wings in your vortex, that's sitting there, it's just like, hello, I'm here to make some sweeping changes. So the chariot will rush in and help you move forward with your life. And then you'll be this person again, this happy, blissful, there's the word, that's the one. This blissful, like whimsical, just above it all, you're so divinely touched that you could bring this in. This does not happen when you're here. Honestly, we attract what we feel. We attract our own vibrations. So if this is your vibration here, where you're just under all these horrifying thoughts, like with the swords are about air and thought, and struggling with these thoughts. This is not a good card. Like, honestly, I pulled a few cards and I say, okay, is nothing to be afraid of. This isn't a good card. This is like you're underneath this crushing thought process, and you've got nature in the background going, dude, get up. Are you okay in there? Like, you can, there's obviously room to move, so move. Get out of it. Get out of it. I mean, it's okay to take a break, but take a break for yourself, from yourself sometimes, right? I mean, I think our thoughts can be our own worst enemies sometimes. So if you're here and you're like, oh, you know, oh, woe is me, I just broke up with somebody, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's time to move on. I know it can hurt. You know, breakups are no fun. I mean, it doesn't even matter if it was kind of a bad relationship, and sometimes those are the worst. But anyway, get over this, get out from underneath it, put an end to it, do whatever you have to do, I mean, within reason, to get over that relationship. And not even saying that it's a bad one, but breakups are hell. Take a rest from that. Allow the chariot to come into you and take you on to the next phase in your life. Like, light a fire underneath these sphinxes here and get that chariot going. I love this card anyway. It's so beautiful. The chariot, she's got the symbol of the sun up here, of strength and power, ready to go, waiting for you to get up from resting. Right? Once you can clear all this sort of emotional baggage, if you've been waiting for the one to come in, they're out there. They're out there. But you don't want to attract this. Right? You want to be vibrating at your highest possible vibration. I'm going to say vibrate again. You just want to be like resonating at such a high vibration so that that source knows, okay, well, you're ready for this. You are ready for this. Your heart is ready. You've done all the work. You know, you've worked on yourself. You've taken the break you've needed to take. I keep on mixing the cards up, but that's okay. Take the break, work on yourself. Because honestly, the love of your life is going to be worth it. So I think that was a pretty interesting reading. And sometimes I feel like these readings apply to myself too. So, I mean, excuse me for being fascinated. I do read my own cards, actually, and I find it's pretty spot on. Really good advice. Just don't let your thoughts run your life. It's really easy to get caught up in this energy. And we start to believe our own bad news, right? So get out of there. Get out of there. So I think that was a pretty awesome reading, actually, if I do say so myself. And I really, really think that this Enudwana played into it from this morning. I think that was sort of a good prediction. Really a coincidence that I pulled 2 High Priestess cards out of a total of, let's do math. Okay, so there's 78 cards in the Gilded Tarot, and I think there's, oh, my deck is screwed. How many cards in here? Let's say 44. So if you want to do your own calculation there, I don't have enough fingers. I mean, that's quite a coincidence is all I'm saying. And actually this Enudwana, she is recording as being an actual person born in the Mesopotamian age a long time ago. And she was the first woman poet recorded in history. So, I mean, she's pretty badass if she's remembered through time like that, recorded and quoted. I think that's pretty impressive. And I mean, who doesn't want to be like this, happy and blissful and just riding the wave of the universe? And who doesn't want this? Like, hello, yeah, I'll take that guy, please. You know, so I just want to pull one more Divine Feminine. So this is Yemoja, the goddess of all that flows. She's the goddess of all that flows. So I think that resonates with this High Priestess card, that once you get in with the flow of the universe, everything will flow for you. Stop fighting it. Get out from underneath it. Let the universe serve you. Just you need to be open to receive. So maybe that's what that little break is for. And then, yeah, man, I'll take that relationship. I'll take that. Wouldn't you? Who doesn't want that kind of relationship? Absolutely. I'm an ocean of creative energy. I give birth to what exists within me. Pretty cool card. Pretty glamorous. I love the connection with this card too. And this other priestess. So, I mean, if you're looking for love and you're trying to get over the last one, you can do it. You can. Just don't be so hard on yourself. Take that break. Take that break. And look out for love. Let love come find you. Be happy. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I hope this resonated with people. I found this kind of interesting for myself, so I hope you did. Let me know in the comments what you think of the reading. Really appreciate that. Go ahead and hit subscribe. I'll be doing readings every day, so I'll look forward to you on the channel. Thanks, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.